Climate change is a phenomenon that is threatening the environment and ultimately humans' well being for a while now. The major changes can now be observed with the AQI worsening every day, the seasons changing randomly, and lung diseases becoming more common every day. This is why the environment and its changes must be taken more seriously now than ever. So, hello everyone, welcome to the digital platform of Tarun IAS. I am Nandini Bhatnagar, and in this video, we will be talking about the UNEP report. To understand what the UNEP report has highlighted, it is first important to understand what exactly is UNEP. UNEP refers to the United Nations Environment Programme that is aimed at encouraging nations and people to care for the environment and create a better environment for the future generations. The program was started in 1972. However, not all nations were convinced about starting a program that solely aimed at the environment when many countries were still drowning in poverty. However, when convinced, the government saw how it could be helpful in the future. So UNEP was formed with Mr. Maurice Strong as its first executive director in 1972. Many nations wanted the headquarters for the organization to be located in Geneva, much like most other UN organizations, but many developing countries pushed for the headquarters to be located in a country which was considered to be global south to bridge the gap between the first world and third world countries. So eventually, Nairobi in Kenya was selected to be the headquarters of UNEP, becoming the first country that headquartered a United Nations organization. Now, let us discuss what does UNEP do. UNEP undertakes the following activities. It manages and observes the climate change programs. It also tries to prepare nations for future disasters and help them in managing it. It also handles ecosystem management and environmental governance. UNEP provides information and data on the global environment to governments, non governmental organizations, and the public for them to accomplish in 17 Sustainable Development Goals. The organization publishes various reports relating to the environment, like the Production Gap Report, Emission Gap Report, Food Wastage Report, Adaptation Report, and all these reports help in understanding the changing aspects of the environment annually. Now, just last week, UNEP released the Production Gap Report of 2021. So let us discuss what this report has highlighted. But before we do that, let us find out what exactly is the Production Gap Report. The Production Gap Report was started in 2019. It elaborates on the comparison of the production of fossil fuel like oil, coal, petroleum, etc. It observes if the production is consistent with the benchmark set that is set between 1.5 to 2 degrees Celsius. The report also reports the measures that the governments are taking in order to meet the set benchmarks along with the policies, programs that are being implemented for the same. This year, the report has highlighted on the huge gap that is between the projected production of fossil fuels and what the production ought to be. The country's governments haven't planned ahead and continue to produce coal and petroleum that exceed the agreed climate limits. This overproduction leads to emission of more harmful gases. The report says if the global warming limiting target is taken as 2 degrees instead of 1.5, then the projected fossil fuels production is 45% more than what it is ought to be to meet the target, thus leading to more and more worsening conditions for the environment. The report has also listed some of the countries that produce more fuel than others, and India too has appeared in this list. With many parts of countries heading to a coal crisis, the production of coal in our country is expected to increase to become self-reliant in coal production. India plans to augment coal production from 730 million tons in 2019 to 1,149 million tons in 2024. UNEP has also published another report recently that has talked about the growing plastic pollution in the world. This report is titled From Pollution to Solution, a global assessment of marine litter and plastic pollution. According to this assessment, the need of the hour is to reduce plastic usage so as to conserve the environment. The report has indicated that considering the current usage of plastic, it could lead to world's water bodies ending up with triple the current plastic entering the aquatic ecosystem. For example, in 2015, greenhouse gas emissions from plastics were 1.7 gigatons, and by 2050, they projected to increase to approximately 6.5 gigatons. And of the 7 billion tons of plastic waste generated so far, an estimated 10% is recycled, 14% is burnt, and the remaining 76% ends up being dumped into landfills and littered in the natural environment. Recycling of plastic, as we know, takes millions of years due to its non biodegradable nature. It puts in danger the life of aquatic animals and litters the ecosystem. So, friends, we have talked about the need for small and big changes to improve the environment's current state in this video. We hope you all like this video. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for latest current affairs. Thank you.